as soon as next week. What's Cooking program, America's food, wine, restaurant, travel, and entertainment show. Michael Horn along with Paul Stern. Good stuff there. I believe in that grass-fed beef. I think you have to just, the key factor is once you get it and you taste it, you got to learn to cook it, as she mentioned, very quickly, and because there's less fat in the content of the meat.
It certainly could be the case, but I still, I couldn't tell you for certain one way or another which one is necessarily better for you, because I think there's equal merits on both sides of the grass-fed, corn-fed debate. Because there's certainly
both sides. What do you mean?
There's certainly a lot of great, the purveyors of great corn-fed beef out there.
It's delicious stuff. It's just she's telling you it's better for you on the grass-fed side. She lost her husband. It's story after story. The cholesterol levels go down low. If you eat the fat, it's delicious. It's like you can take butter and eat a whole stick of butter.
Of course,
but still not going to be that good.
No, I can certainly commiserate with the emotional nature of the story, the personal story, the connection that she has to the issue. But I'm just saying, I don't think people necessarily, even our audience, goes out and has like a steak dinner 5 nights a week. It's something that people look forward to, and I would hate to take that enjoyment out of this aspect of our
everything's
lifestyle
in
today.
Quality and quantity is the way you want to go for it. So, but if you're eating beef every night, then you want to do grass-fed beef.
Well, okay. I wouldn't have said this with Deborah here on the air, but I enjoy it.
Of course you wouldn't, because you'd be scared that she'd have some facts and figures for you that would just knock out your argument.
Well, no, I'm telling you that I'm not here to get into some kind of debate, but I do enjoy corn-fed beef. So
that's fine. I'm sure a lot of people do. If you have corn-fed beef once a week or once a month or something, I'm sure it's going to be fine for you if you're eating seafood the rest of the time. But if you're eating corn-fed beef every single night, then I can see where she has a good argument here and saying, look, if you want to have beef instead of seafood, go with this grass-fed beef, and it's got the omega-3 fatty acids like the seafood does, and it's very tasty.
Well, I just think the same argument could be made if you're even eating grass-fed beef every night of the week. And again, I wasn't going to even ask the question, but I'd without Deborah here on the line, I would at least pose the question. I wondered if she's involved in the industry in any, way, shape, or form.
Well, why didn't you ask that question? That was a good question to ask.
I'm not here to interrogate our guest. That's all. I appreciate what she has to offer, and I don't think that she needs necessarily be challenged.
You, as the reporter, let me tell you, you need to ask those questions.
No, I don't need to ask the questions. I appreciate the information.
I think you've disappointed our audience now, and by making this confession, our audience is now, look at the look on the people's faces there.
No.
It's something, I'm telling you, this is...
I'll be perfectly honest. We got the good friends over at companies like Brandt Beef that specialize in corn-fed beef, and I think they might stand to differ with maybe some of the claims that Deborah made.
Just so you know, that Deborah Krasner is well known in Vermont.
Okay.
She's a food writer. She's won the James Beard Award.
I understand.
And so she approached the topic when she put this book together with the intellect and culinary passion. She said good meat is definitely just not another cookbook. It's a how-to guide. It tells you how to find and source good meat. So I don't think she's working for anybody. I don't think there's like a tag here on the end where...
I was waiting for it, and it didn't happen.
There isn't. No.
Okay.
Take it easy.
Okay.
She just wrote the book.
I realize that, but usually sometimes that you find out that they try to direct you to like a website for the Grass-Fed Beef Association.
Or the old days of the What's Cooking show. We let you know when there's a sponsor
I was waiting for it. It didn't happen.
Right. Our demeanor goes down.
It didn't happen.
Go ahead.
Deborah
give us your plug.
what we would call she's free of any taint.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. And Sandy Levine.
No, he was free of taint.
He's free
also.
of taint. Yeah, no, he's free of taint too.
Talking about Tampa Bay.
Absolutely. Larry Lipson, you can't say anything about Larry.
There you go.
Lillian, that's another song.
Yeah, you can say a lot about her. Hey, now you're talking.
Yeah.
All right, that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. That's Paul Stern. I'm Michael Horn. Thanks so much for joining us here. We're here every day. And enjoying the good food items along with you Monday through Friday right here at 8 a.m. Pacific, actually 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern with hour number 1 with Eric Hines and Jack Roberts. We, of course, kind of hold down hour number 2. If you missed anything, check out the website at crntalk.com. I'm Michael Horn. Eat well, everybody.